Fortnite just dropped one of the biggest updates ever. What's going on, Fortnite fam? Yes, you guys heard that right. One of the biggest updates ever to already one of the best chapters we have seen in quite a long time. With collab with Overwatch, it brings characters, map changes, and items into the game. It's already exciting. There's new mechanics for both zero build and build that we are going to talk about. If any of these changes made it into competitive, because there's now no fall damage, new glider mechanics, and even pocket weapons for you zero build players. Lots to break down and talk about, so let's get right into the mix. First up, let's talk about the map changes, nerfs, and buffs. While there's not many major POI actual changes, it's more so the split drops. The gas stations all got turned into Overwatch towers, some looking like a nerf. There's no more gas stations there. That means there's no more slurp trucks, but others are looking like a buff. It really depends how you look at it. There's much more metal that you can access now at these Overwatch towers. There's natural high ground. So Peterbot over at Squibbly, you got to think a team like his that actually landed at that gas station. Now there's more metal for them to access and that natural surge tower that they can kind of build their strategy off of. But not every map change is a buff, because if you look at a team that received a major nerf, that's Visuals and Braids. Their main building got turned into some sort of a temple. I don't know what it actually is from Overwatch, if anything, but it went from having a good amount of loot for them to kind of split as a duo to 2 chests. Not sure where they're going to land, because not many of these changes really affect competitive, especially going into the Summit land. But a team like Visuals and Braids, where now their whole drop spot has been changed up, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but another spot did change up. Maybe we could see them switching on over and claim it as their own. It's a little pond over towards Humble Hills. It now has 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 guaranteed legendary fishing spots. So if you think that you don't have loot because of the chest, this will definitely bolster your loadout. Instant gold weapons. You can kind of set up a little loot path outwards to kind of get any missing material that you might have. So a team like Visual and Braids, or any other teams that land at that spot on the mountain that now have just been nerfed, you might see them changing things up, landing over on this side of things. So again, not too many map changes when it comes to competitive, other than those Overwatch towers and a couple of small spots around the map. Visuals and Braids and other teams landing at that mountain will be the most affected though. Let's quickly talk about some of the new mechanics. One for sure I'm excited about. I die to fall damage at least once per day, maybe even more when I do play. They are in pubs, no fall damage. Don't think this is OP though. It's not going to be a quick getaway by any means. You do splat, so there is a little bit of a stun effect. So if you're on high ground, you're trying to get away, maybe you run out of builds, or if you're playing zero build, you're jumping off a building, you do splat. 1 HP, you survive, but it's not a clean getaway. And even some players are returning to the game because no fall damage. Tim the Tap Man, or if you guys remember the old Fortnite days, Tim the Splat Man, always died to fall damage, and you still figured out a way to go down. Even Epic Games didn't even know how this happened, but no fall damage. I'm interested to see if they introduce it to competitive. I don't think it's going to be a make or break portion of the game if they do, but again, I would love to see some testing going down, maybe for 2027 or later 2026, not for the Summit land. Another mechanic that was introduced into the game is the cutting your glider. It's not necessarily the same as redeploy, because you can actually think about how this was introduced, I think the first time into a battle royal, which was like PUBG. Even Warzone has this, where you're gliding in Fortnite. Once you pull your glider, you're kind of just stuck gliding in the sky. This mechanic will allow you to cut your glider. Yes, you will take fall damage. Yes, you can go splat if the other mechanic introduced in is not in the game in competitive, but what this will allow you to do is cut your drop shorter. If you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of fall damage, you can beat other teams to floor loadouts, to chests, to kind of win your off-spawn fights. So it adds another element of strategy into the game, which I'm personally excited about. I'm not sure if these next ones are mechanics or just overall great changes to zero build, but not only is there no fall damage, not only is there glider cutting, but you also have pocket items, from the shockwave to the shield bubble, which is the bigger shield bubble, and the med mist. They are on a 30-second cooldown, but you have infinite uses outside of that cooldown. You could change these in and out at the vending machines as well. So I'm interested to see how this depth of layer really affects the game and competitive overall. And yes, you are hearing that right, because competitive trio cash cup is here. It is 2 rounds. It is not only console, it's PC and open to everyone. Like I said, 2 rounds, top 33 make finals. It is trios, so understandably so. I'm interested to see who breaks through the mold. Or are we going to see the same kind of players reaching the top of those leaderboards? Overall, I'm interested to see how Epic goes and really sees the results of this cup, and if they continue to have it on console only in terms of zero build, or opening up to PC everywhere. I hope they open up to PC everywhere, because I know there's a large zero build community that does love to play in these cups, especially since it is 2 rounds, top 33 making it on over to finals. I talked about the Overwatch collab. It actually brought not only those Overwatch towers and some map changes as well, but it actually brought some new items into the game. You have Tracer's pistols, and it brings you into like this first person mode. You can dash just like Tracer in Overwatch, and you can even rewind. We're even seeing clips where players are dashing out of boxes, rewinding back in, and getting eliminations. It's not in competitive just yet, but I'm interested to see what players will pull off if it does make it into the loot pool. You also have Mercy Staff as well, which heals you, which can heal others, and it reses from a distance. If it's not even stacked as is, it also gives you a little bit of a glider effect, just like Mercy in Overwatch. A kind of pseudo Reinhardt shield. It's not exact, but at least it's something. And then Genji, he didn't get his sword, but the kinetic blades are back. So a lot has went in to not only the collab, but zero build this season, and really making this one of the best mid-season updates of all time. Video's not just about map changes though. We just saw the eval finals, and I'm paying close attention to anything that's a set lobby. I know eval finals is probably less and less on the priority list for a lot of these pro players, but with the Summit LAN right around the corner, I feel like a lot of these teams really got to use these moments in a set lobby to get the most out of it. And we saw every single one of those games go down to a Summit LAN team winning it all. Some almost coming back to 2 different wins, but we also saw some contested fights. Previews of what we might see at the Summit LAN. There was 150 ping difference, but we saw Mr. Savage and Velo go head to head with Peterbot and Poyo. I got to give them all the props in the world. With that ping differential, it's not something I would want to do, but at least you get a little feel of the playstyle of Peterbot and Poyo. Yes, Peterbot and Poyo won it 3-1, but that one off spawn fight, Savage and Velo, clean wipe. So even though Peterbot did win 3-1 off spawn, they were only able to convert 1 of those 3 games into an eventual game win. We also had Acorn and Bolts. We also had Shadow and Virgo pulled off some victory royales throughout the course of yesterday's eval finals, and Agers and Ritual proving they are in form, but they were uncontested. It's going to be a different song and dance at the Summit LAN when they're going against Reet and Cooper. Honorable mention to Josh Nyamzo as well. 2nd place, a 5th place. So it goes to show that they are getting more and more into form after what happened. That's a team that's going to be in day number 2. Excited to see them play. I'm interested to see where they actually land. Let me know in the comments below. If they make it to Sunday, what drop spot will they actually land at? Because we've seen them land at a few so far. We've obviously know one has opened up with 4 legendary fishing spots. Not sure what the loot path will be around a drop like that, but Yamzo kind of known for split drops in the past when he used to play with Rise. So again, my ears are going to be glued to the street with the Summit LAN right around the corner. Let me know in the comments below what teams you're predicting to do well. Maybe what teams you're predicting to fall flat as well. I'd like to have that full circle conversation, but that's going to do it in this video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys comment, make sure you guys subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it really lets me know what you guys want to talk about. Thank you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Beep, beep.